Hello there, I'm just going to be doing my weekly bosses real quick. I will be doing these co-op, because I do find them a little more enjoyable that way. Oh, fuck, God damn it. I fucking hate being the host. Being the host sucks. If you ever get a slow person, if you ever get someone with a shit ping, then you're the one stuck waiting for them. Although I found a way to cheat, essentially, by just logging out of the game, logging back in. It's super fucking annoying. But yeah, I mean, that's only when I'm the host. And usually I try to bait it out of it. The only problem is because it failed the group. Let's see. I think I up here. Okay, it is.
月が終焉を迎え、滅亡は繰り返される。
Okay, these guys are just stupid. Fuck this. I'm just gonna retry. Like what? I find it mind-boggling when the party comp was fine, when it was fine. You know, having uh, Clorind, Gillan, and Kokomi, perfect. We have a healer. We have Clorind and Navi as the DPS, and you have Gillan as a support and Hydra applicator. Great party comp. Like that's perfectly fine, right? Like both Clorind and Gillan and Kokomi will all be able to provide elements that Navia can get shards for. That was perfect. And then for some reason they're like, oh, I want to swap to Bennett. Why? Why are you swapping to Bennett? Why? Why? We have a fucking healer. We don't need a shitty fucking 4-star healer. Like, oh, for the attack bonus? Why? Who the fuck? We don't fucking need that. Just be a fucking sub DPS. Jesus Christ, people. And then they swap. I mean, and Fiorina at least was fine, but it's like, why would you swap from 2 DPS and 2 supports to 1 more support? We have 2 supports. We're fine on supports. We don't need more supports. So yeah, like it's just kind of dumb. Let's see if he swaps. So it's like yeah, like that's what I hate the most is when we have a good party comp, and then they're just like, oh, now that everyone's selected their party members, I'm going to swap to something completely different. Like, not what? Nahida? Are you fucking kidding me? Nahida's shit in this team. Like Nahida. And if they're saying, "Oh, well, I chose Nahida because I thought you were Clarind," it's like that would have been fine. But you have to it's not just for me. Like there are other people in the party, and then you could be like, "Oh, well, I didn't see that." Well, then you should have don't fucking do your check mark until you see what everyone else has picked. Especially when you're the last person. Like that's the one thing I do is I go in and check. I'm like, "Oh, is there anybody here?" Oh, okay, like. You know, that's why when I'm like swapping, if I'll pop back in, see who everyone is. I don't go check mark until I'm sure. Oh, this character is good with this party. But like no, they just check marked and then didn't. Like and I get it. It's like oh well, okay, I selected and then check marked. But like uncheck marked, then you had a good 5 seconds before you. So it's dumb. It's just like people are stupid. Like I really wish they would just pay the fuck attention and just like, oh yeah, what's my party comp looking like? Oh, okay, this is actually a really bad choice. Because the only reaction, I mean, you can say, oh, I get balloons, and yeah, sure, there's balloons and burning. It's not the worst thing in the world. I've had times where they're like, it's an all water party, and then they do a Nahida, and it's like, really, dude? Are you kidding me? It's an all balloon. It's an all water party. Why are you choosing that? I mean, without a Nilou. If there was a Nilou, that would be fine. But I mean, it's not terrible, you know. But like, especially with Rhea Thessaly, where it's just like, come on. So yeah, like that's I mean, I would say it's kind of my pet peeve, just people's party comp choices in these co-op things, because it's like, come on. Because like I've seen like lots of even worse ones where it's just like, oh, okay, we're all like we're the main guy's a healer, and they're like, oh, I'm this healer, and they just leave themselves as a healer, right? And everyone else in the party picks, and we pick a good party. The party comp is good, and the guy, one guy who was the healer right from the get go. Right from the get go, he came in with a healer, stayed as the healer the entire time while everyone was picking party members, and then when the party comp was decided, and the party comp is good, like it's like, oh wow, like okay, these all these characters work together. This is a good party comp. Then they swap from their healer to something else, and it's like, why? We wanted you as a healer. You were a healer. We all picked and choose based on the fact that you are a healer. Why the fuck? Damn it, I'm the host. Why the fuck would you then swap at the last minute to be not a healer, ruining all our choices, right? It's just like, it's fucking dumb. And that's my biggest pet peeve, where it's like, you get the person who's like, oh, okay, if you're going to be the healer, and like, you don't need a healer, but if we don't have a healer, it just makes it more likely for failure to occur, because it requires people to be better skilled and using their food and all that shit, which is like, Sure, people do that. People do. People. I mean, if we have the DPS, sure, we can push it. But there are some times where it's just like, yeah, you also need to. Okay, there we go. It's here. So it's I guess he wants to be she can swap back to Bennett. Or... Let's see if she. Let's see if they're going to stay Nihida. I mean, technically Nihida and yeah, he should. Let's see if he comes back. Why would you go back in? Nicolette is great. Is a great party comp choice. Why? 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 Okay, well, if you want to be a moron, then fuck off. Well, like, the fact that he's like, no, it's just like I get Katie. She, yeah, no shit. You should. She's like, why did you pick that person? Like, it'd be one thing if it was like, oh, okay, well, we were shuffling because I did see they were like, oh, they were thinking about who to pick, right? I get that, right? I understand. They were thinking about who to pick, but then, like, well, they're like, I don't know. It's like you pick that person, and I get it. Like, you can't. Like, I wish you could see who everyone else is picking when you're going in, but you can't. So it's like I get that, like, oh, okay, the entire time everyone's shuffling around and all that stuff, and then finally, you know, they then they finally pick Ben. I get that, but no, they stopped the player thing. They stopped looking. They were still New Valette. They're like, oh, okay, everyone's like, here's what everyone else is. Here's what everyone else is, and then, like, and the shittier thing is that so you had a level 90 fucking New Valette, and all of us were basically support. Like, Raiden can be a DPS, like Raiden and Nihida can be a sub DPS, sure, but we're mostly support. You have to go constellations into them to have them be better as a DPS. So they're not really DPS by default. They're not really great DPS by default. They need constellations to kind of really improve. So you had basically three supports, and you were going to be the main DPS in the party, and then you swap to Bennett, which is like, we don't need another healer. Like, we have Kuki. Kuki's our healer. We don't need another healer. Especially a really bad choice, because we have Kuki, who's applying Electro, which means, you know, she's applying Electro. We don't need... with you applying Pyro, we're going to get overloaded. We're going to overload ourselves. Oh, I see. That's why I have no health. It's because Furina. I was wondering why I was low on health. She's chipping away. So, like, but yeah, it's that kind of shit is what kind of pisses me off a lot, where you just get these people who are, like, really fucking stupid. It's like, why? We had it. It's, again, like, we have a good party comp. Why did you swap it? Why? Like, it makes no fucking sense. It's like, So yeah, like, that just gets frustrating, because you're just like, it's a huge waste of time. And he's like, I don't know. It's like, well, why did you, like, what? So yeah, like, that's my pet peeve of Doom Co-op. Now, I do get it. Like, I'm the one picking co-op. I understand. It's my fault basically. Now, are you gonna fucking give us our fucking health back, asshole? Jesus Christ, could you heal us, you fucking ass fucker? Jesus fucking Christ. See, now would be a perfect time to swap and heal. Fine-fucking-ly. You should have done that on the phase transition. The second we beat the ads, you should have done it so we would have been topped off before. Yeah, so I don't like. She was playing Furina like an idiot, right? It's like you drain us down, just pop over to heal for a brief few seconds, for a few ticks, and then go back. Like, it's that simple. Yeah, this is what's super fucking annoying. I can't leave. Why? Because there's some fucking asshole who's fucking stopping me from fucking... Yeah. Oh, this person's in between scenes. Great. Awesome. Well, thank you for fucking me. Thank you for having this person fucking stop me from just getting out. Like, just let me go out. Can't you just have them fuck off somewhere? Like, Jesus Christ. The fact that you punish the host for being the host, if anyone is slow, is really fucking annoying. I've complained about it for every single time. It's just really fucking annoying. Because it's just a punishment. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, do they have a low ping? Do they take 30 seconds to teleport in? Guess what? As the host, you're stuck. You can't fucking leave. You can't fucking go and do your own thing until they're fucking back, and then you can kick them. So I don't like that. But yeah, like that's generally my pet peeve for this game is. Oh, hello there. I'm doing well. Just a little upset, just because. Oh fuck. No, I don't want to. Just a little upset because, yeah, I can see it. It just, yeah, matching in this game can be frustrating when you get people who are stupid. Like, we're at the end game, so it's like you should at least know how to do a party comp. No thanks, I'm not interested. Like, you should at least be able to know how to do a party comp, where it's like, yeah, you should know what party members work, what party members don't. And then it's so crazy because like when you have people who are already in a good party where it's like, oh, the party comp is actually great. These people work well together. In fact, usually it's because everyone like saw who everyone else picked and then swapped to the character that suits them. So not even if you don't understand party comps that well, other people changed to be in a good party comp. And then what do? You then change yourself to be worse. And it's like, why? Yeah, see, I guess Kazuha technically can interact with them. But yeah, like Nilou can't pop the things. Furina and Hydro can't pop the things, which means that if Kazuha or I die, then you're fucked in phase 2. In fact, why are you Nilou? I mean, Jesus Christ, this is... it's 3 for 3. 3 for 3 completely fucking pieces of shit people who are just incredibly selfish and incredibly stupid. Like, clearly they just want to be Nilou. And it's like, okay, so you want to be Nilou, great, awesome, but... Why? Your whole point of being Nilou is that you get... the whole point of Nilou was just to add an interesting thing where it's like, hey, we're going to make Hyper Bloom even more powerful. Well, actually, not even more powerful, just make it powerful, because it wasn't really that strong. Like, the Dendro cores are pretty weak. Dendro cores are pretty weak. Oh fuck! Why did this one? God damn it, that was close. I do want to go to the one super close to the explosion he was about to do. But yeah, like Nilou's a really bad choice. Like the thing is, Nilou's designed for being in a mono hydro and a mono dendro team. Yeah, Nilou is designed for being in a party with only Dendro and only Hydro. So you can because she super soups up Dendro cores with them. So without that, she's pretty fucking useless. And I don't know. Maybe they stacked her for max DPS. Maybe that's what they're doing. Because like in theory, you could also have her be good DPS. But it just kind of sucks. Where it's like, yeah, why? Now it's not that she would like be bad per se, but it's just one of those things where it's just like, okay, but like this isn't like the standard comp. Like this isn't what she's designed for. So she's gonna. So it's not that you couldn't make a good one. It's like an Amber, right? Like Amber really sucks because everything about her sucks. Like everything about her kit is just subpar. But if you get really good stats and rolls, and you give her the best 5-star weapons, and you give her really good, well rolled artifacts, she can perform almost as well as a normal character. Um, but the problem is that that's only if you like invest a shitload of time and effort into making her good, which is like, yeah, like can people do it? Sure. But if I see someone pick an Amber, my first guess isn't going to be like, oh, I bet they're a really good Amber. No, my guess is that they're like every other Amber, pretty much shit. And maybe they put some more extra time, and maybe they really like her and put some extra time, but not enough time to actually make her useful. And I don't want to. Oh fuck, that was shit. Um, so yeah, so basically that was 4 for 4 where we get actually no, I think maybe the whale was fine. I think the whale was fine. I think our party comp in the whale. I don't think anyone fucked about in the whale, but like against Arlecchino, well, actually, I don't think we. Well, I mean, our party comp against for Arlecchino was shit. I'll leave a Dendro. Who would I want to be? Actually, well, I guess they're gonna do that. Yes, that's fine. This is kind of an interesting one. It might work, it might not. Really, it depends on him. Like if I wanted to be safer, I would be Kokomi. Oh wow, we fucked her up. Yeah, like it's definitely it can be a good party comp because I mean with a built Navia and the fact that we're able to do enough applications, yeah, we're definitely crushing it. So that was fine. But yeah, like that's my biggest complaint about this game is that you just get people who don't know what the fuck they're doing, or maybe they do, but like are just assholes and selfish people. Where it's just like, dude, just pick a. Could you pick someone who could like do this well? And I mean, I get it if someone was like, well, actually, like you guys seem pretty good. Like the three of you are a good party comp in and of yourself. I want to be this mean character, please, and that'd be fine, right? Like I get it. Ideally, it's the kind of thing where I'd be pissed off at like initially because it's like, why are you doing this? Like, just be a normal person, please. Like if they popped in with an amber, but like I think I've run stuff with an amber. Like I don't instantly dismiss it, but it's the kind of thing that it would be cool if you just like mentioned it. Oh, hey, by the way, like I really like Amber. Do you think would it be okay if I ran her in this, please? But I do get it, right? Like, who wants to open up a discussion for shit like that? And like, no one really wants to. Oops, wrong teleport. No one wants to like. It's kind of a pain in the ass to communicate. So it is kind of an. So I do get that, but like when you get like some just like make no sense, right? Like when he wanted to do Bennett, we had we had I think we had Raiden, Nahida, Kuki, and then if you were Nouvelette, that would have been perfect because our sub DPS and a healer would have really synergized well because we have electric charge with your Nouvelette, and also Nahida might be getting some dendro cores, which our electricity can aggravate on. So it's like it was a great party comp, and you saw who all of us were. Oh, whoops! Shit, I shouldn't have gone down there. You saw who all of us were. Like you were thinking, you're like, oh. Then you came back out, and you're like, oh, okay. Here's what everyone picked. Oh, okay. And then you went back in. I can't remember if you went back in and then out, and then went back in and chose Bennett. But it was just like, why? Why would you be Bennett? Why? And like, it's a twofold fu to us, right? One, like you pick someone who is perfect in the party comp. But it's a threefold fuck you, right? You pick someone who is perfect in the party comp, a level 90 level Nouvelette, and then you swap to Bennett when we already had a healer, so we didn't need a healer. So it's like, okay, so what first FU was you had a character that was perfectly fine and swapped off of it. Yeah, perfectly fine and actually good for the party comp. Then you also picked a character we didn't need because we already had a healer, and you could be like, well, Bennett also buffs, and it's like, sure, fine, like Bennett can buff, but like, or you could just be a fucking DPS, and that buff is me, like, because you're buffing sub DPS, you're buffing classes that don't really have the best damage to begin with, because they're not designed for damage; they're more designed for support, as to be in a support role. So like you're buffing us to make us like a normal DPS, but if you just were a DPS, it would be like our DPS is like maybe like 0.75 of a normal DPS, and you're like, oh, cool, I'm going to give you this buff so that I'm going to be a character that's not going to provide any other utility other than a slight heal and buffing you guys. Now, instead of you guys being 0.5, 0.75, 75% worth of a DPS, now you guys will be 100% worth of a DPS. You'll be like a DPS. So rather than 0.75, you're considered a 1, right? So it's like, oh, cool. It went from 1. The two of you combined at 7.75 each to from 1.5 to 2.0. But it's like, yes, but Nouvelette was a 1.0. Your 1.0 plus our collected 1.5 would have been a 2.5. So we lost 0.5 just so you could buff both, each of us 0.25. Like, are you fucking stupid? And so yeah, those are the two things. And there was a third. I don't know if you noticed this before I left. I kicked him out, but he was a level 70 Bennett. So he was an unleveled Bennett, and this is bad for him for two reasons. One, he's just being lower leveled is worse, right? Your survivability is worse. Everything about you is worse because you're not ascended. You can't have your talents raised super high. So his buffs are going to be worse because he just doesn't have the his talent. Uh, yeah, or I guess the attack bonus ratio is the same percent. I don't think that will go up, but the healing does go up because it's based on a percentage of his stats, and those will go up. Maybe the attack bonus ratio does go up. Maybe it goes up to a few percent each time. Either way, but the point is that at low levels, one, I think he probably has this at the very least. But at low levels, this will just not be that good, and not give him that much healing, and not. And the other problem is that his talent, the attack bonus he gives, is a percentage of his attack bonus, which means at a level 70, now sure, he might have a level 90 weapon. Cool. And that level 90 weapon at least will give him a big boost to his base stat. But at level 70, like you're missing 20 levels of attack points that are your base, that get counted as your base attack, and those are the only thing that matters for your base attack for his buff is the weapons attack and your base attack from leveling. That's it. Just oh, not that. This. So he that 563. I know that's yeah. So like that's the thing is that so was that 500? Yeah. So that 563 is his base attack. So he has 510 from the sword and just 53 from his level because he's super low level, right? Um, and that's the thing is that at level 70 you're missing like 100 stat, 100 like maybe not 100 points, like maybe 50 points or something, 50 attack points. But when you're only going to have like 700 total, like missing 50 is a huge fucking deal. So not only are you low leveled, so you could die more frequently, you provide less healing because you have less HP, but you're also providing, you're just worse all around. So it's just like, yeah, you just fuck us over 3 fucking times in a row because you're just, I have no clue. It's just like, why would you pick that? Like, why? It's just, it's frustrating, obviously, because it's like, come on, dude, like, just be a normal person. Like, if you want to be a crazy person, be like, oh no, I built out this person or that person. Fine, sure, like yeah, have fun, right? Like I'm not gonna say you can't have fun, but similarly, like if you want to have fun, be someone else. Like go solo then, or get a group of friends who actually are fine with you being, incompetent. Like don't pick a class. Uh, Shit, which one of these do I need? I think I need to level up Clarin some more. And she uses the swords. What did Navia use? She used these shit. Both of them use that those underwater things. That's kind of annoying. I am desperate need of those. Okay, but okay. Yeah, I will. But I'll level up everything. I really like her. Um, okay, so I will get this then. Okay. But yeah. So like it's just frustrating. It's just like, come on, dude. Like, could you not be a dick? Could you just like be a team player? Like, could you not join co-op just to be a troll? Um, and I'm like, and then when I asked why, he was like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, well, I don't know either. 'Cause it like makes no fucking sense. I just can't think of any logical reason why anyone would ever want to do that, ever. But anyhow, it is what it is. It's whatever, right? Like, obviously, like it doesn't matter. Like, we could have still done it, but it's like at that point, I just do it alone. I'd rather just do it alone. Because like the whole point is that it actually can be quicker if you do it with people. Actually, well, not it can be. It definitely is quicker if you do it with people because you have 4 people all in the same field at the same time. And even if they do increase the health of the boss to coincide with to like scale it with the number of people playing the game or playing, for co-op to make it harder for co-op. Um, Even if they do that, um, the fact that you have 4 people all in the field, all doing their skills, all doing their bursts, all doing all those things, you have like shitloads of energy because everyone's doing their skill frequently, and all the energy goes off like all the time. So it's just like it it just goes quicker because you're able to get energy quicker. You're able to cause more reactions more frequently because you're able to like just do your attacks and all that shit all the time. Like with Kokomi constantly on the field, like doing her just basic attack, that's obviously gonna apply Hydro every fucking time, which means if you have like 2 Electro on your team members, you're always causing Electro Charge. Whereas like sure, like maybe other times you'd have to have Kokomi's skill out and you're hoping on that skill to apply it to do a pulsing water blast every now and then, and maybe your skill doesn't apply. Like what if you're relying on like Kuki's skill and Kokomi's skill to do electro charge? It's like you have to wait for both of those pulses to go off and cause it. So it's like it's just not going to be as frequent. So your damage goes down, and that's what it is. That's just how the game's designed. But yeah, so like you should be trying to be a team player where it's like, okay, well, I want to pick a party member that goes well with the team. Like there's tons of times where I pick, you could be like, oh well, you're not really a team player because you're choosing. It's like no, I'm usually the support. Like I'll usually pick a support. Now I was Ganyu in the Wanderer boss because if I'm not Ganyu, things can go wrong sometimes because the problem with that is that there's only those electro constructs can only be destroyed by cryo, fire, and animo. So electro, hydro, and I think dendro do nothing to it, and I think geo does nothing to it as well. I think I'm not 100% sure because they don't cause like reactions with it, um, like that specific type of reaction, right? So like there have been times where like people are like, oh, and like I was part of it too. I was like, oh, someone wants to be new. Okay, I'll be Fiorina, and then like someone else picks like uh, other picks like electro for it. So you got electro charge. So we go with an electro charge team, but like guess what? We can't destroy the constructs, and so we're fucked. Or we have one person who can do it, but they die in like phase 1 or 2, so they're not able to do it during that part, right? So then it's like shit. Well, we're fucked again. So that's why I typically go Ganyu. But pretty much every other time, it's like, oh, okay, I'll be a support that goes well with these people. Every now and then I'll be a DPS, but typically, like, I'll be a DPS if other people, um, if it matches well. Usually, I'll try to be I'll try to be a support. So, like, if someone does a Fiorina, I'll throw in my Kokomi. I'll throw in. I mean, I play Kokomi a lot because some people just don't have a healer. Ooh, wait, this one. We just don't have a healer, so it's like, oh, okay, well, fuck it, I'll be the healer. No biggie. Yeah, I don't mind doing it, but it just is frustrating because you get these people, and it's like and ideally, like the host should be like, dude, like, can you like swap off? And that's why I was like, dude, like, why? And so I can swap. It's like, yeah, but at that point, fuck off. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, because I said why, and you like, the second I say why, he said I don't know. It's like, yeah, well then, instead of saying I don't know, you should have just swapped. Like, I don't know, like leaving and then kicking him, kind of a dick move, sure. But like, I think what he did is also a dick move, and like, and like if it was just it was a level 90 Bennett, fine, sure, like kind of annoying, but it was a level 70 Bennett, like a level 70. Why like I always hate that when people come in with an underleveled character. What the hell? How did I miss this? Um, It's like, why are you bringing it? Like, is this your only character? I mean, it's basically bringing in an underlevel character is like saying, "Hey, everyone, I want to be carried. Please carry me." And it's just like, okay, again, I get it, right? Like, some people might have just gotten to that world level, or they just don't have a really good, or their best built characters. Like, maybe they're trying to do a good party comp. Like, sorry, all my best built characters don't work with this party, so this is the best support I have at the moment. Sure, I get it, right? Especially like in the early game, the whole point is a lot of people will just like level at DPS, like focus on one strong DPS, and then don't properly level their supports. So because they're just focusing on the damage of that DPS, it's like it's a hyper carry team. That's kind of how everyone played when the game first came out. Just because like we realized, oh, we actually don't need to level our supports that much for certain reactions. Well, and especially because we only need to just bring them on the field, have them do their skill, have them do their burst, and get off. So it's like we don't need to level them for survivability. And when resources are tight and you need to level, and you have only so many resources to level a character, you might as well focus on your main DPS, the one that's going to be on the field, the one that's going to be taking the damage, and the one that's going to be doing the damage. Which is, yeah, that makes sense. So it's understandable if he was a new player, but like he had a level 90 Nouvelette. So it's like you have a character that is perfectly fine and works really well and is properly leveled, and then you choose a worse character, doesn't synergize well with the party, is redundant because we already have Kuki, and is underleveled. It's like, wow. Like, that is just a big middle finger to all of us. And I get it, right? Like, you could say, oh, you're overreacting. It's like, I mean, sure, I guess. Like, I don't know. You could say I'm overreacting. I think I am, like, I seem more annoyed than I am. Like, I am annoyed, obviously. This is annoying. It's annoying to have people waste my time. Um, but it's the kind of thing I'm just venting my frustrations, and then I'll forget about this dude. I mean, he'll just be one in the pile of people who do the same stupid shit every now and then. It's just like, yeah, like when next time this happens, I'll be like, oh yeah, like this one. Maybe might remember this as an example. Probably not though. Well, yeah, because like I guess I do remember some. Like I remember where someone like when Zhang Yun just first came out, and so like pretty much whenever a new character comes out, like everyone wants to play them in the co-op, so you'll see them be very frequently used. And when Zhang Yun's banner came up, we went into a co-op thing, and they were Zhang Yun. So Zhang Yun's a healer. So I'm like, cool, you're a healer, nice. So I think I chose Fiorina because I'm like, cool, Fiorina works really well with a healer, and I can buff the other two characters. And then they swapped off. Like me and the other three people all decided our characters, and this person was Zhang Yun the entire time. Like, wasn't like thinking at all. Like they weren't like in the character selection menu. They were just looking at us do our pick our things, and then after everyone had picked theirs and we're all green check marks, they swapped to someone else. I don't even remember what they swapped to, but I remember it was non-healer. I'm like, why? We were a good party. Like that's what I find crazy, right? Like it's understandable. Like and I've definitely seen that where it's like, oh, okay, like when everyone first gets into the lobby, then everyone's like swapping characters left and right, being, oh, okay, these are what these people picked. Okay, cool, I'm going to swap to this person, and then maybe oh, whoops, both of us chose the same character, or so now we both it's like one of us has to swap, and then both of them swap to something else and realize, oh shit, now I want to swap. Like, I want to play that character. If you're going to swap to that, and then things get crazy as people are like shuffling around their characters. So it's like, yeah, I get understandable, hard to get a party comp in that kind of situation. My biggest annoyance is just when you get these people who like pick a stupid character and then like, or at the very last second, like after they know who everyone is going to be, that's when they decide to change their character to someone else that just makes no fucking sense. Like that Nahida. I was like, Nahida's not, or and like Nilou too. It's like Nilou's not great. Like she's designed for. Oh yeah, sure. What's up? I was having my own little rant too. I think I've gotten them all. I think I'm all created 6 of every single thing for the most part, probably. Oh, that's unfortunate. Is it just because it wasn't the ending that you wanted, or it was like told very? Oh, okay, ruined the story. Okay, so it was poorly told, and maybe you personally didn't like it, but then you also thought it was poorly told, presumably. That is unfortunate. Uh, yeah, I've been having a hard time reading some manga that revolve around that friendship, power of friendship type stuff. I mean, sometimes it's fine, right? Like I was playing the Sandland. Oh, well, that's stupid. I think I saw a YouTube video where someone was making fun of people using amnesia as a plot device, and I definitely agree. Like amnesia is kind of used a lot, but usually it's used at the beginning of a story, right? It's like, oh, here's your character. You don't remember who you are, and then it's like the story is you figuring out who you were and all that shit. But then having amnesia at the end is just dumb. Because like essentially it's like a non-ending, right? Because it's like, well, how does it end then? Like if everyone lost their memory, then like nothing. It's like nothing happened, right? Like it's like the idea is that you're watching the characters like grow and learn and stuff, and you're like relating to the characters, and they're overcoming and doing these things. But if they all lose their memory at the end, it's like, oh great, so all that shit meant nothing because you don't remember it all. Which is like, oh, that kind of sucks. So I definitely give that. I mean, at least they're all alive. Like, hey, it would suck if they were like, oh yeah, they all lose their memories and then they get shot in the head, and die. And it's like, oh, shit. And I guess it kind of opens up the possibility for a sequel. Like maybe they lose their memory and then they decide, like maybe that there's going to be a sequel where they have to like regain their memory. And I mean, I doubt that will happen, but yeah, you never know. There definitely are some times where you can kind of tell authors were kind of expecting there to be a continuation, and then nothing happened. I mean, there's also those manga where like it just gets canceled, so they have to like rush like 2 chapters to like wrap everything up, and then and like give a valuable reason why they got canceled. Those kind of suck, especially if it's a series you like, and then it's just like it seems to be progressing pretty well, setting up some cool things, and then you hear the notification that's been canceled. So like they just like wrap up the current storyline in like 3 chapters, and it's like, okay, there we go. Now we're gonna walk off into the sunset, and you're like, oh, I like this series. I want to know what was gonna happen. I'm thinking gonna miss this place. I think I don't know if this is my favorite summer event. Like it's very pretty. I think I like this area the best. I think I like this one the best out of all the summer events. It's hard to say though. They had some really good ones. Like the second summer event was pretty cool because they had the Golden Apple Archipelago, but then they added a bunch of extra shit. I think actually I probably like that event more overall, but I think the environment of this place is better because it's really interesting. It has this like it has its own unique style. It has the characters in this thing are these little like block puzzle people. The other woods have all these like paper squirrels and animals, and then people down there were different as well. Yeah, I think these are just more block people, but still, it's also just very colorful and very pretty. I think this is and like it was just so stylistic with all this like paper styled everything. I really do like this area, and of course, like look at that, that's just pretty. But yeah, I do like this. I think it's very pretty. I like the puzzles they had in this as well. I think uh, I did like that's why I kind of like the Golden Apple Archipelago a little more the second summer event because there was just more exploration and shit. I got that's fun. But yeah, this stylistically this looked very good. I did like all the paper effect stuff. Like oh look at all these little paper creatures and origami creatures and everything's made out of paper and well I guess except for the ground and stuff. Like all the buildings and stuff and some of the trees even look like they're paper made of paper and cardboard and all that shit. So I did think it was pretty cool. And the music was nice. I can't remember if the Golden Apple Archipelago had its own music. And the last summer's event was pretty cool. I did like it. The roller coaster thing was kind of cool. It was just basic. But like we had been in Sumeru for a while, so like we'd seen the rainforesty areas of Sumeru, and basically inside the bottle was basically that. just more rainforesty type stuff. They added some extra shit in it too, but like it was a little bit more of the same. It's not like I didn't like it at all, but this is just far more unique. Like I mean, obviously the ground looks very similar to all the other stuff, but like the music is I mean, I guess the music of this last year's summer event was pretty unique too. But like the music is unique, the environment is unique, the characters are unique, like a lot of new shit. Um, and that was the kind of like and that's kind of like the detriment, like of Golden Archipelago the second time, where it's like a lot of the islands were the same. They did add a bunch of extra shit, but like some of the islands were like the core islands were essentially the same, with just some added extra shit to them. Which is not bad, but I do think it like I think that's why I think I like this map better out of all of them, simply because of how unique and stylistic it is. But I think I did like the second summer event best of all things considered. But that's all I want to do today, so I'm going to go ahead and log off. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.